Hello everybody, I'm Tina, this is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for stopping by. I'm trying to discipline myself so I can get ready more efficiently when I work remotely. So I didn't put in my gel, but that's okay. It's alright. Okay. Almost there, buddies. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Hope you are well. Okay, we're going to use the Starman Tarot because I said so. We're going to do something. Focus is otherworldly. I was going to grab another deck that I just don't use or like have not used, so it could just be like completely like wild cards, you know? And I can't decide which, you know, I'd have to go digging or use the deck that I haven't used in like a long time. Hopefully, I look fantastic. I love myself every single day. Okay. Starman Tarot, it's time. Okay. I wanted to ask, I've done several of these, but I want to keep a little bit more focused because I'm losing trust in people. And it's not, I just realized in the last hard conversation that I had that it's not completely about me losing trust and faith in people. It's about people being not trustworthy, you know? It's not about me not getting along with the crowd. It's about the crowd having breeding like a horrible like company culture. You know, it's like it's poor representation. And if anything, I would say like misrepresentation. According to like, you know, you can't do a bait and switch, you know? It's so anyway, I want to know. I want to get down to the nitty-gritty while I'm at it. Let's see. Angels of Light and Love, I call you in to direct and protect these messages. We're going to get it. We're going to get these messages straight. Okay. What do we want to ask, though? What's the big ask? I am so over, like, corporate trendy lingo. It's like, it's how... It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway. I'm tired of like happy Monday, happy Friday. Can we just go with like, you know, a different descriptive? Prince of Wands. So that's Knight of Wands muted. You know, I do have the spirit on the inside. I swear. I promise it. I swear. There's spirit all up in here. I guess I'm my own person. When it comes down to it, it's like I have nothing to prove to other people. I see like how I've grown over the years in even my writing, especially like I don't have to over explain certain portions of whatever I'm trying to depict, or like it doesn't take that much anymore, you know, like I don't have to get all fancy. Okay, so what fell into the lap? We have 5 of Wands and the 6 of Wands in reverse. Why did we get that? I guess there's like this polarized view that I have. It's like, I mean, this is all wand energy. And before a victory comes a conflict. So, what were you gonna say about that? No, give me a second. Okay. I mean, it's great because these two total to, the Ace of Wands. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I want to know, like, what my boss thinks of me. Like, what are my boss's intentions? I want to ask that. I want to stop wondering, and I just want to ask straight up. The boss that I directly report to on a 3D realm in the here and now, what does my boss think of me? What is that person's intentions? I kind of want to know. I want to, like, kind of know. I want to know. I want to know. Okay. So maybe these are header cards. I don't know if these are our header cards. It looks like my boss sees that I have a keen eye for conflict. But it's conflict resolution. It's cyclical, which forces, certain situations and certain game players under a microscope. That, when people act petty, that they automatically go under a microscopic view, under that lens cap. And to view things by default according to how they behave, I think is just, out of logic. It just makes sense. I mean, the victory is already, like, pending once you make sense out of mirroring that energy in viewing it. When someone acts small, then you view them as such, or vice versa. I think that's the way things go. So although my boss sees that I am able to really see, like, audit the lay of the land, and how ridiculous that comes off, how people use that as, like, a playing ground rather than learning. It eventually leads us one step closer, or multiple steps closer, to victory. Somebody's got to do that. Otherwise, mistakes happen. A lot more mistakes happen along the way. Mistakes also come from, conflict resolution and process. But at least it's invested in the end game, in the betterment, improvement. So I don't know if my boss truly sees me in this manner, in the here and now. I'd like to, at least say that in speaking of that person's higher self, that, that's fair to say. Okay, so let's speak of my boss and their higher selves. We'll see it like in those fractions, okay? All right, anything else, angels of love and light? How does my boss, my direct boss, see me? Okay. 4 of Swords muted. a lot of contemplation, very thoughtful, very contemplative. Yeah, pensive, right? We said that? Muted. I think before I say something, there's a lot of thought involved in the processes. So there's a lot of thought in it. Like trying to make peace with it, trying to make sense out of it, calculating, ruminating, like this harmonic view that the numbers become, bars. Like, how does this make sense in the whole picture? Because how am I going to communicate that to someone that can do something about it, that can help the situation? So there is a lot of thought involved in it that I engage in. So that's how my boss sees me. Okay, that's good so far. That this is a unique, like, moral compass kind of like identifier, on how I operate. Very nice. Good so far. Almost electrifying, like there's downloads, you see, like strikes of lightning coming through. So very much in touch with what's going on. My boss sees. Okay. Anything else? Oh my gosh. Are we gonna read this whole batch? No. I'll read the top card, okay. The Hangman in reverse. So it's coming into the awareness. That's how my boss sees me. Is being able to look at things objectively, and then, like, you know what? I come out with, like, ta-da! This is my observe and report and share. This is what we can do. This is like the game plan to help co-create, like, come in as a united front. It's pulling magic out of thin air in which, like, it's very hard to breathe. That is the ambiance as it is. Like, it is dense. And dense, is a big identifier of dark energy. When the air is heavy. It's dark energy. Ill intent, just like baggage in the spiritual realm. So, that's how my boss sees me. Okay. What are my boss's intentions for me? Okay. 10 of Wands pronounced. Come on. You know what this means. This is heavy burdens. Okay, let me see here. My boss intends to give me a lot of responsibilities. Some of which will hurt. And they know it. It looks like it's coming from portals. It looks like it's coming like, oh my gosh. Am I being set up for defeat? Let's get some clarification, Spirit. What are my boss's intentions with me? Eight of Wands muted, facing the Two of Pentacles muted. And then another card came about, the Six of Cups muted. Okay, fell on my right toe. Looking at this. Okay, this is supposed to clarify the 10 of Wands pronounced. That's heavy burdens. That's all of the sticks that I'm supposed to carry. So, clarifying that, is the Eight of Wands muted? No contact. Having to balance things out. Okay. My boss intends to obligate me to a lot of responsibilities in which I'm supposedly given the autonomy, but truly, bluntly, this means that there's going to be little to no contact on this, that I am meant to figure it out on my own, independently. Let me just double check here. There are a lot of wands here, like insane, like a fire amount. Like, you know, my boss may see me as somebody who's like a firecracker, you know, maybe a little bit of a wise ass, but, you know, that there's an intense amount of passion and drive. However, to pile on all of the wands onto me in its most pronounced fashion, okay, let me see here. Let me just like think straight here. Okay, angels of light and love, help me clarify this. Because Eight of Wands in its muted form, that's like little to no communications. It's almost like, if it's accentuated, then it's like fast forward, like darting right through. If it's Eight of Wands, there's a delay. There's a delayed response. There's almost muted communication, little to no contact, alongside facing the Two of Pentacles muted, which is, I have to weigh things out, I have to juggle, I have to balance. Okay. Six of Cups fell on the right foot and it was muted. Okay, so Six of Cups is like soul ties, kinship. It's a very grounding effect on, you know, bonding with, like, your inner child bonding with other inner children. But what does that mean when it's muted? Does that mean that I'm being forced to kind of grow up? It's not in reversal. I think it's maybe mature, my approach to a large amount of responsibilities that are to follow. Now, I would say that that's unreasonable to give me all of the wands unless it's going to be within a management type of role. That means that I would be in charge of a great deal of items. And looking at my boss's calendar, I can see that it's a very similar approach to what that person, how that person has to like really engage as well. Okay. But I don't understand why it would be on a similar level because that person is VP, if not higher. So, let's go ahead and just follow through here. Okay, so what are my boss's intentions for me? I mean, if they don't keep me, okay, Queen of Wands pronounced, facing the Six of Pentacles pronounced. Okay, all right, this is good. This is good. Okay, but let's say, like, okay, if for some reason they, you know, shoo me out, whatever, um, they know that it's going to cause a large amount of, or their, the intention is to teach me a lesson, that it's going to cause a lot of drama, and there's going to be little to no help. So I'm just going to have to balance things through. Regardless, it's just a matter of perspectives and intentions. Their intentions are not always equivalent to mine, looking at exterior to, internal, personalized. So, the first route, I feel like, because I'm just kind of free form. Like, I'm just trying to read the cards, So the first message, I feel like, was more heavily weighted into that. Okay. I mean, being that, the next two cards was the Queen of Wands facing the Six of Pentacles, both pronounced. It's creating balance, because I am known as, I'm like one of the most, and when someone is like has a warrant out, like a bad guy or whatever, this is different. This is along the same lines as like Most Wanted. So, highly coveted, knowing your magic, Tina, being badass at it, looking good while doing it, just showing up for yourself, as well as like all of the wands, like everybody. Like, everybody gets a wand. I'm going to charge everybody's wand. That's why I'm collecting it. I'm going to charge it up. It's going to be a burden, but like, I do energy work, so I can like amplify those energies, and I'm going to redistribute them so that everyone else is going to be autonomous, and they're going to prove themselves as to whether or not they're worthy to stay or not. It's just going to come down to that level. Truth be told, I'm going to be able to help magnify what their inputs are, and if they prove me wrong, they prove the whole organization wrong, they're out. That's it. It's not treating people as disposable. It's them being able to define themselves as, within alignment or not. That's it. A sunflower grows like in like the least likely of circumstances. It takes very little. It's a weed, but it's beautiful, right? It comes out shining. And so Six of Pentacles, like creating, see, it's a tiger. It's like a shape-shifting tiger. So, yeah, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6, it's alignment. Absolute alignment. Being able to mentor with others, even within their own shadows, that there's a very empowering, like also angelic. Do you see that? That like even in the dark, others are able to go into like hangman status. It's not just hermit mode, but hangman status. It's a combination, the unique combination of blending, like we said yesterday, the hermit mode as well, like the dark night of the soul, as well as the hangman point of view. So that's how I will be able to amplify the power within the whole, the collective. I'll just see it through. That's it. If I have the power to say yay or nay, to make executive decisions, then there's like no arguing with it. Like, I've already proven that I'm not afraid to like lose my position or my standing within how other people sees, things. I stand my ground. Like, I don't want anybody to waste my time. Likewise, I'm not going to waste anybody else's time. So you tell me here and now, and we'll just like make that happen. But that's what I'm seeing here. very unique to see it in that manner. This woman is all about business. You see, she's wearing like what looks like a Russian type of attire, you know, Russian but also warrior. Yeah. But there's like also, it's very international, like standing for like all different, you see like it's like a British flag underneath, but it's also Russian on Polynesian and, you know, type, you know, it's like it's very much standing for the many. And she's also like on her toes like a ballerina. And there's 2 Black Panthers on the bottom too, so it's like the chariot, but also like the, I don't know. This is a lot of information. It's like the strength card as well, the fool card, because she's like on this pedestal, but it's like a chunk of rock that's floating. So it's like 360, the fool card, like not afraid of what surrounds her, which is very little room to maneuver in, but she still rocks it. Elevated even. So those are my boss's intentions. Interesting. I don't really want to ask what'll play out, you know. I was very real with, you know, that talk and you know, that dialogue, and said whatever the choice is, like you know, it's nothing personal. Like I'm good with the decision that, you know, I'm just looking for the truth, and just I want to fly with that. Okay, that's it. And thanks for hearing me out. Thanks for being able to listen to, you know, listening to more of the content than the delivery, most of all. So okay, is there anything else? What does my boss think of me? Let's go. Well, no, what does my boss is there anything else as far as what my boss intends for me? What does my boss plan for me? Ace of Wands muted. I think doing this, being put in a position like this, by default, I am forced to come up with creative solutions, to exercise agility. Like it's boot camp. But it's like free reign, like being able to maneuver with creativity. Like it is autonomy, but like it's not like I can do whatever I want, but I can imagine those things. I can ideate. I can generate, right? Okay, so then as the primary, yeah, because it's really drawing into here. You see how that matches? So I'm empowered creatively to find that spark within, and then like kind of communicate it. So once I'm able to come up with certain solutions, it's going to be like a parallel. Like I don't have to communicate like all of the petty details of what's, you know, going on the dailies, but it's going to be direct on a parallel view between me and management. I'm just reading the freaking cards. Like there's also like being that it's like almost like the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands, you know. So there's like, it's protected. What? This is crazy. Like I don't even understand. I don't understand how is this. Oh, thank you. Did you see? I mean, they're, I didn't think you would see them. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Okay, so we have the King of Swords. It came in like muted, but also kind of on a tilt to like a reversal. So that fell in the Six of Cups muted. Starting to tilt. Okay. King of Swords muted. Being in this, it's not just like it's going to the intention is to fortify myself as a warrior, honestly, like to really stand firm in decisions. Oh yeah, see you later. I just took mine, so King of Swords muted. Yeah, most definitely. So this is exercising absolute power, like this is firmer than the Queen of Swords. You know, the Queen of Swords is like, come on and try me, right? But the King of Swords is like, give me a reason. Like, you know, it's more of like, very firm, like, how do I say it? If you dare to try me, come and find out. Yeah. This is a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely. Do you see that? His spirit animal will go ape shit. Do you see that? You can't really see it from that point of view. Let me just show you in just a second, okay? Because it's kind of crazy. That's crazy. So, anyway. Give me a second here. Yeah. So it's, being absolutely firm on, you know, like, when you're given an incredible amount of control, like, there's responsibilities tied to it. So you can't be flimsy when it comes to locking things down. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm seeing here. I don't understand. This is like an incredible amount of control, but there is an intense amount of responsibilities. Do you see? There'll be days where it's normal to feel defeated, but to feel that way, but it isn't quite so. It's just kind of a resting point. So I don't know, man, this is a lot. So I mean, this was foretold before, but at least, you know, this gives me a good amount of range to get like the most out of this, like my creativity, like put it into practical applications, and, you know, give others a really great chance at succeeding. Like, if they can't trust me, then who can they trust when it comes down to it? Because I've proven time and time again that I have had the best interest of the whole, of each individual. And, you know, it comes down to it. Like, we can't teeter along like this from what I've seen. But, you know, like, okay, so if I see the other side, okay? Because another reader, I don't know if he's a hater or not, but he's like, you have to face reality. You not like read what you want to see, what you'd like to see, but read, you know, be a realist. And it's like, I am reading it. Like, I'm not coming in with, you know, specific intentions. I've already let go. So to me, it's like, do you have hidden dick energy? Like, I mean, are you really there for me, or are you like trying to fuck me up? So, let's just like, you know, pull a little devil's advocate thing here. And if, they're going to scoot me out, this is what's coming for me. Like, regardless, I'm going to be put in a position, because, you know, just because let's give it like the huge benefit of the doubt and say there's like a mashup of energies. Okay. So my boss, has certain intentions to get me to a certain, realm of, involvement. And it's going to be a huge upgrade for others as well as myself. And what was I going to say to that? But there are others that might disagree with that. Others within the powers that be on a 3D realm. So, you know, maybe, you know, kind of outside of, you know, that person's power. But like the intentions still follow through. That I will still be granted these opportunities outside of the org. Because I could still see that. I could see how that applies in what I do. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Anything else? Angels of Love and Light. Eight of Pentacles pronounced. Yeah. This is put like mastery. Absolutely. Putting the work in. Figuring it out, like, but almost like Zen. Like, you see, it's like a Zen garden. The rearrangement, like trying to get things like done, like within its most peaceful state, connected, assembling that. Interesting. But it's like a double-edged sword here, that like in creation, where it's like slaying, like making like killer, like producing killer material. Yeah. Because it's like the Grim Reaper type of, do you see that? Thing on both sides. Do you see that? And it's like atomic type of structure there. So, whatever I produce, it's like meant to slay. But it's really working on the mastery and like being very involved in the focus of making that happen. Interesting. I don't know what to expect out of certain things here, but like, goodness gracious. Anything else as far as what my boss intends for me? Fell on the King of Swords and the Six of Cups pronounced. It is the World card pronounced and the Seven of Wands muted. So it's getting things done. Absolutely. Closing cycles. On a norm. On a norm. On a norm. Executing. Demonstrating. Completion. Success. Absolutely. Yeah. But Seven of Wands, like, it means being firm. And, but the Six of Cups muted. I'm getting, like, from that, really making time to ground myself within, like, keeping bonded, with myself as an individual, so that I don't lose myself in the sauce, of all of it. Yeah, I'm getting that. Okay. So, the Seven of Wands muted is, holding the higher ground, but, like, being humble about it. Like, knowing that that I'm in a position of, in a prime position. And it's like you walk a fine line between, having others, like, fight you, and, the other part where, I'm getting fight a lot, but, more so that they are also, because the inverse to that also is that, they can be chill because they know that they have a good leader. So it's establishing that fine line. But initially, they're going to challenge, they're going to, like, continue with possible power plays. But once they realize, like, you could fuck up your own paycheck. You could really, like, they're at a disadvantage because of the things, like, having to, like, really make ends meet. Like, once they are out, they're out of, a certain program, one that could really elevate them, especially if, what we discussed before. So they won't get that type of advantage elsewhere, because I know my magic. Like, I know what I bring to the table, and I know how I empower people. And if they don't realize that, then somebody else will. Like, I know where I come from. I know what I deliver. And if people are receptive to that, then excellent. But if not, they've got to go, because this fighting bullshit is not going to work. Like, there are things that need to get done. You're either part of it, you're going to be part of making that happen, or you're not, and you're going to clarify it with your own truth. Yes. Okay. I mean, that's normally how I roll when it comes to spirituality. Like, that's why I don't have, like, a huge group, I don't even have, like, a medium-sized group, like, on an inner circle. The inner circle is very tight. But, like, it's the most reliable. And everyone has their own flavor and autonomy, and it's all good. Like, we trust each other, there's no competing, just sharing of information, and, like, we're all, like, rocking it, so that's good. Okay, so what Princess of Swords pronounced is the Page of Swords, Five of Cups muted, the Wheel of Fortune pronounced, Eight of Cups pronounced, and the Two of Swords pronounced. So there's going to be a lot of observing here, okay? A lot of observations that need to be made. Like, sometimes it's more about listening to the truth, like, observing with a quiet mouth, and also having something to say, like, not just speak, like, when spoken to, or talking just to talk, but like it's as needed. So it's a very mature Page of Swords, like confident while learning about the environment. So 5 of Cups, muted. I think the things that I'd have to say goodbye to, like a sense of like, you know, there are certain things that you have to forgo, like a sense of like friendship or like camaraderie with like fraternizing. You know, I think I've kind of like already let go of that naturally based on where I'm at, but it's going to be a lot more pronounced once you have to, you know, having to focus on more elevated responsibilities. That like there are bigger priorities, and yeah, it's just looking at the bigger picture and addressing it, because the wheel, like it's like our destinies affect each other. So if I'm able to give that piece of vision to others, like it's not just about me having bigger fish to fry, but also giving others like that glimpse of the reality that they do too. So if we could be in alignment as far as progressing, like being on the same page, then we're good, regardless of what phase of life we're at. If we're like if we all promote growth, mindset, then we're going places together. It's good. 8 of Cups pronounced, yeah, it's being able to like step outside of yourself, outside of your like constructs of a situation. Like it's a blend of constructs, so like all the noise, stepping outside of all the noise and regaining perspective so that we can come back. But it's taking that initiative of knowing when you've reached your threshold to like step out for a second and then come back. It's recalibrating, it's empowering others to engage in their own leadership qualities, like, because those things that you bring to the table at work, you can also bring home. Like it's valuable within both states. One grooms the other. And yeah, I feel like that. Okay, so 2 of Swords pronounced. So yeah, it's blocking out the distractions. Because when you, how do I say it? You are able to maximize the amount of time that you have here. When you like split yourself open on an individual level and you see the skeleton, right? So death is really expedites our learning processes. Honestly, like we only have so much time. You want to waste it on bickering. You want to be like, you want to bring high school to here. You want to go ahead and do this and that. You know, that's your storyline, but it doesn't fit in here. Okay, it just doesn't. So it's that reality of being able to like do what needs to be done here. Like there's bigger things in life than yeah, there's bigger things here. So I feel like that's it. So I didn't know, like, so maybe I'm just thinking of the psyche of like how I would work things, and maybe my boss supports that, like sees that, supports it, but somebody needs to see it with the, you know, all the way through rather than just kind of laying it out on the table. Because, you know, the learning process is, it's one thing to like agree upon, but like to integrate and like see it through is it takes work. It takes a support system. It takes building one. And yeah. And like constant reiterations, you know. And that's for anybody. Like, okay. Anything else? Angels of love and light. So what can I expect out of this? Like, what am I to foresee from this? Like, what is your last piece of input before I get the bananagrams? I mean, I think this is a perspective. It leaned on the perspective, because like whether I still remain with the organization or not, this still sticks. Like, this still needs to be communicated and like followed through with, like, because these obstacles are not like exclusive to the organization that I work for and with. It also carries on the like a larger macrocosmic level. Yeah. Okay, this fell. Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so it's not. They said don't lose sleep over it. That's it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Like, this is good stuff. Don't worry about where you land, because it didn't fall on. It fell on a series of cards, so it's like they've got it covered. You don't need to like lose sleep over it. Bottom of the deck energy is Five of Pentacles. Being resourceful, knowing what comes from lack mindset. Top of the deck is King of Cups. Oh, that's Spirit in the most loving form. That even like with if there's any scarcity involved in any of this, like, just know that Spirit is like backing all of this whole plan. Interesting. Yeah. Spirit looks like Burning Man hobo here. So when it comes to the Five of Pentacles, like, Spirit's in it with us, and this is Spirit is saying to get to the Ten of Pentacles, like, don't think that it's a long stretch, that we're already halfway there with the Five of Pentacles. Like, so make something of it with what we've got, and we're just going to go from there. We're going to cross any bridges when we need to, if we need to, however many we need to, and we'll just go from there. Yeah. Most definitely. Okay. I like it. L E A S A N I G G S A V V D O L. Okay. Gain. Lanes. Load. Goal. I don't remember the first word but I think goal is important. Or goals. A L S. Gain. Gains. That is very good. I like it. Sometimes I was gonna read like about karmic energy, because I was just curious. Like sometimes I just want to test my abilities to see if like it's, if it's coming to like, real life. And this is something that's good. Like I have something to like smile upon, when it comes to fruition, whether it's here or there. So this is a better turnout. Glade. Glands? Huh. Glands. So, I think, there's a call out also to, like your thyroid glands. I think there's like, imbalances there, that are often caused by like hormonal imbalances. So, cortisol issues, like, stress. So, it's reminding us to, like, especially with the Nine of Swords in reversal here, like not to let it stress you out. Like these challenges are not meant to aggravate your system. They're only meant to work as accelerators to be at your best. Okay. Lands. Second time in a row, same day, 11:22 on the clock. Interesting. Gave. Huh. Is that what we're doing? I guess like when we're looking at our accomplishments and looking and meeting our goals, that in hindsight we're looking at what we gave. So we're already kind of like expediting the success factor, kind of like positive affirmations, like blending it into the realm of it. We're already succeeding because we gave, like we, looking at the past tense in it. Yeah, I really feel like that. What about, we have AV left. Oh my gosh, I have evolve too. This is crazy. Am I? No, because there's only one E. Yeah. I have alive. Do we want to do that? Let me see here. Oopie. A-L... I-V-E. Yeah, so it's meant to like invigorate us, to remind us that we're alive. and kicking ass. Yes. So that, like, I had to rearrange some things, so just give me a second. Oh, we still have Gabe in here. I love it. We're still making it happen. Most definitely. I love it. I love it. So I have A and D left. Gosh, there's two. You know, there's going to be some things that, like, are... Okay, because there's two ways. Like, it's giving me two options to use A and D. And it's both using S. So it's like it's telling me that there are some... Like, it's easy to get sad over, you know, certain things. But, like, not to let it get you down. Like, I refuse to make word out of it, to, like, manifest that. I refuse to do that. So, like, there's got to be something better, and we're going to make something better out of this. So, yeah. So I'm going to be, like, my own front man, and I'm going to be, like, everybody I told you has their own marketing campaign and how they represent themselves. So I'm going to use the S instead for ads. Our ads are going to be baselined and fortified within our foundation based on gains, like what we want to, what we want to get out of this. Like, whatever we're doing, whatever we're invested in, that it's going to be strictly and primarily focused on gains and our goals, however you want to see it. But this is most definite. Like, our foundations are meant to create gains, like structure, stability, sustainability. A home. Yeah. 100%. I love it. Thank you, angels. Give me a second. So there we are. There we are. We made it happen. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. See? Spirit is with us. There's a cosmic hobo. You know, like Burning Man. Most definitely. I love it. Oh, wait. Whoopsie. Okay. Thanks very much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful evening. What a wonderful read. Did not expect this. Fantastic. Thank you, angels, my cosmic families. My divine team of light and love. Making it all happen. And, thanks. Okay. Bye for now.